Hello, back to water. My name is Beast, and today I'm back with IroSekai. You may be wondering, Ayo, Beast, what the fuck's this about? Today is supposed to be a co-host. Well, the answer to that is very simple. Water damage. Yeah, Bud's boiler just imploded apparently, so they have to deal with that, which can't be pleasant. On another note, it is like 9:30 at this point. And to be fair, even if we did actually just straight up do the regular recording, it would have been started late because me and me mother was out to buy clothes for my cousin's wedding. Since my grandmother decided, you know what, she'll just get me a nice ensemble, essentially. Which, I mean, literally just, you know what, it's easier to show. Since I do have a picture of that, browser. I have to use browser, though. Browser. Paste. Yes. But yeah, it's the shirt and the vest and the tie that essentially is the gift from my grandmother. I do also have a jacket, technically, but the jacket is going to be rarely utilized. Hold on. Copy. There we go. Yeah, that's with the coat as well. Up with the jacket. I prefer without the jacket personally, but who cares? Either way. So yeah, that happened. So yeah, I got a fit now. Anyways, back to the video. Soon enough, the weekend arrives. It's time for our date and time for the summer festival. I've prepared myself for maybe to take me into a parallel world. And I'm praying that all goes well and we're able to enjoy the day. Yep, don't open them till I say so. That's secret. Come on, you agreed to leave everything up to me. Just close your eyes. She closed her eyes. Hold your hand. I take Mio's hand. She then curled my fingers around hers, despite feelings of awkwardness. Okay, we're going now. Watch your step. We leave the room. Told you it's a secret. She lets out a tiny giggle. Then, with a tinge of shyness in her voice, she continues. Yeah, don't worry. I've put a lot of thought into it. We're not heading out of the front entrance today. Yeah, I think they are. Nobody seems to have any specific plans for the day. She sounds obviously disappointed. Yeah, it'll be fun, I promise. I'd rather it just be the two of us, I hear her faintly murmur. Damn, this isn't good. I'm so giddy right now, it's almost concerning. Guess I'll just pretend I hadn't heard that little comment of hers. We're coming to some stairs, so be careful. I'll go nice and slowly for you. Well, I could give you a piggyback ride if you'd prefer that. I'd only meant that teasingly. Huh? Like her just keeping her eyes closed perpetually just makes her look so fucking smug. I mean, I've seen smugger today, considering that I've been watching I don't know why, but I've decided to re-watch a review of Mega Man Star Force from Kenai John, I think it was the name. It was Kenai John. Yeah, there we go. Still waiting for that Star Force 2 review because while I do adore the Star Force game, I'm always down to watch someone rip Star Force 2 a new one because like they were cooking with Star Force 1, then they burnt it with Star Force 2. Thankfully, Star Force 3 did, like, made an entire fucking 5-star meal. Anyways. Yeah? That was just that night when I witnessed Mio kissing her teddy bear as practice. She seemed slightly different to me. Though maybe that's only my imagination. I'll say that she's being more upfront with herself. Charged impetus, sorry. Sorry, charged impetus is just a very good ability. Even if I don't remember what exactly it does. Hold on. That's bugging me now. Yes, the software where it can be played. Character list. Melisandre. Charged impetus. Grants the user +1 AP and 50% critical damage. That is good. That is very good. Yeah. Considering sword masters are all in on crit. And when she uses Meteor Slash, she literally just gets like an 83% crit chance. 100% on Keen Edge. But Meteor Slash is just better. Also turn off Impale, quite frankly. Do not need Impale. I'll do keep parry. She is backline, so it's unlikely to happen, but better than nothing. I would keep Impale if it was, hey, you get a fucking active, you get an AP when killing someone with it, like Killing Chain. But alas, they can't give something. They can't give like something like that to them. Like, you know, they for some reason they decided you gotta keep the overpowered shit on Landsknecht. Anyways. Yeah.
でも私には素直になったというよりもなんだかミオが少しユーマに甘えているようにも見えるんだけどな。
Anyways, since there was supposed to be a co-host recording today. This isn't even the first alcohol I'm drinking today. Yeah, while out shopping for the fit, me and my mother just say, you know what? Feel a little peckish, and also there's just a very nice ice cream place, so we just sat down there, got some ice cream, and I also got hot chocolate with whipped cream and Baileys. Baileys being Irish cream. It was very good. Very good. Very nice. Anyways. I don't know how to answer that. It's a bit of an embarrassing question.
到着?
Almost?
ねえ、ここってもしかして地下室?
Begin to set the hands on the grandfather clock. 2 o'clock, 45 minutes. Once done, I take Mio's hand and lead her out of the basement. Alright, you can open your eyes now.
いい？もういいの？
Yep, we've arrived at our destination. Slowly opens her eyes. I've successfully brought Mio to the merchant town. After the summer festival, they're supposedly going to hold a fireworks show as the grand finale. The plan was to bring her here in hopes that we could watch them together after enjoying the festivities. Mio? I carefully studied the expression on her face. Are you okay? She simply surveys the area in silence, mouth agape. And because of that silence, I begin to fear that I made the wrong decision. Maybe it was too soon to bring her here after all. When Mio wandered astray into the parallel world as a child, what did she see there? Maybe, just maybe, she saw what she saw and what she experienced there was some so terrifying, so traumatizing that she hasn't been able to bring herself to speak of it to us since. Perhaps the mental scars inflicted upon her still hasn't healed to this day. What if that scar was what caused her memory loss? What if that was what led to her forgetting about me? I guess bringing her here really might have been a careless decision on my part. I was planning to reintroduce her to the concept of parallel worlds. This as our starting point. I had to, I thought. Wait until a problem arose before I did anything. It would be too late. Yet now I'm finding myself wishing I'd been more cautious. That's the conclusion I reach as I study the expression on Mio's frozen face next to me. You know, that's pretty crappy of me to start rethinking everything after I've brought her here and all. But what if my fears are true? What if she's harboring some sort of unspeakable pain deep down in her heart? What if me bringing her here only dredged up those old wounds? That old wound. Hell, I could even be making it flare up even more. She might never recover from this experience. I study her complexion again, waiting for any sort of words out of her.
ここは？
Finally she murmurs.
ここはもしかして
She continues in a feeble
多分
voice.
あの寮の地下室を通ったってことは
She closes her eyes. So I think you know this already, Mio, but it is one of the many worlds that connects to our dorm through the basement. And they just so happen to be holding a summer festival here today. Summer festivals in our world are fun on their own right, I know, but I figured since it was a special occasion, some neat and different would be overall more enjoyable experience.
そうね
Mio?
確かに学生寮の玄関から外には出てないわね嘘はついてない
She breaks into a faint smile. So, yeah, so relieved. Thank goodness. I wanted to have a good time with her today, but if it accidentally ended up hurting her instead, then it would have failed before even getting a chance to do anything.
ねえいつまでここに立ってるの
Huh?
行こ
Takes
う
my
案
hand.
内してくれるんでしょ
Oh yeah, of course. Numerous stalls line the street side. You decide to first walk down the busy main street and go from there.
すごい
We've literally seen this background like once, right? Like when we first met the manager, like in like the game sense, not the chronological sense. Mio sweeps her gaze over the row of stalls in great excitement.
私たちの住んでる世界での夏祭りと同じように見えるけど売ってるものとかが全然違うのね
There's a wide assortment of mysterious trinkets at the house and magical powers displayed everywhere we look. Everything from scissors that can supposedly cut the red string of fate which ties you with your soulmate, to dry toad hearts which apparently grant you tiny bits of luck over a long period of time if you keep it in your hand. It must be this world's equivalent of those toys for little kids that vendors in our worlds often sell. I wonder if these are what kids of this world would enjoy playing with.
面白そうなものばかり売ってるのね
Yeah, there we are.
でも金魚すくいとか綿菓子とかリンゴ飴とかそういうのはちゃんとあるみたい美味しそう
Bet they are. She could have told me that the foods they sell during these festivals are of a really high quality.
そうなんだ。
Anything particular you want to try?
全部食べたい。
Everything!
リンゴ飴も綿菓子も、あとあれもこれも全部食べたいの。
Okay. Thankfully I have enough
大
money.
丈夫。お金ちゃんと自分の持ってきてるから。
You see the problem with that? Well, I am the guy, so I'd prefer if you let me pay for you.
なにそれ。別にいいじゃない、そういうの。私こだわらないけど。
Other world currency does not work here? I know, but I still feel bad if it don't.
男が会計しないといけないなんて誰が決めたの、そんなこと。
This is such a retarded conversation to have. Let's just tell her, so about that, yen doesn't work here. Good question. I tell you what, that's a good question. I don't know why I decided to go full Lee there.
別に付き合ったり結婚したりしてお財布を同じにしてるわけでも。
She only stopped and frowned as if she'd only just realized what she said.
ないんだし。
Her voice became oddly hushed after that. Mio?
とにかく大丈夫。私のお財布があるの。
I mean, there is the question of whether the man should pay by default, but that is the only reason I offered.
何？
She still tried to decide. They don't accept our world's currency here. There we go! Why did it take so long? In the first place, this entire fucking conflict is retarded. He's like, oh no, let me pay for you. And then when he asks like why, he should have just immediately said they don't accept yen here instead of like, oh, I'm the one taking here. The man should pay. Like, come the fuck on! You're just dragging out the fucking conflict.
え？
You can only use the currency of this world, so you're just gonna have to let me do all the paying, whether you like it or not. Purrs her lips, looking quite miffed.
わかった。今日のところはそうしてもらう。
Thanks.
でも後からちゃんと生産してね。寮に戻った
You don't
ら
have to
ちゃん
do
と
that.
返すから。とりあえずそういうことにしておいて。
Well, fine, I guess. Well, childhood friend certainly does take things very seriously. I sigh. Better work hard so we can just pull our finances together eventually. Smack. Ah! She punched me in the side. What the hell was that for?
知らない。
Seriously? How am I supposed to know? I mean, he did just openly insinuate that he's gonna have to work hard in order to, you know, successfully be able to pop the question with positive response. Even though, let's be honest, he probably doesn't have to fucking work hard at all. Like, based on what we've heard, he earns a pretty penny with his liberator work. So, buying the ring isn't going to be an issue. Neither is going to be providing for, you know, the family until she, the two of them until she finishes her education. Some of y'all thought I was just gonna be like, oh yeah, she's gonna be a stay-at-home and he's gonna be working. Nah, that's not what I was trying to insinuate. She's still a fucking high school student. She's not earning the same kind of cash that he is, until she actually, like, you know, finishes her education and gets a job. He's gonna have the burden of providing cash money and all that. Anyways, she begins to walk on ahead, leaving me behind to quickly catch up. Are they gonna run into Haku at any point? I'm still very conflicted when it comes to Haku. Not this game's Haku. I'm talking about certain artists' interpretation of Mask of Deception Haku, because for some reason there's this one artist on Twitter that makes a lot of Utawarubuno fan art, and for some reason there's like one subsection of their fan art that's just female Haku. And for some reason, they just decided female Haku is going to be a short stack. I don't know what made them decide that, but it does make me feel very conflicted. Anyways. We've now made our way around the main row shops, being sure to thoroughly satiate our appetites along the way. There's a lot of noise around us. The number of non-human creatures around us begins to increase exponentially. Strange creatures of all manner and of appearance fill the streets. Parents and children, groups of friends, lovers. We see all sorts of creatures and all sorts of relationships. Until a few minutes ago, Mio hadn't seemed bothered by the bizarrities of this world. But now, with their number increasing like they are, it's hardly any wonder that she's starting to look a bit unsettled. She moves a bit closer to me, her eyes fixed on the ground. You okay? She nods, adding a butt as her eyes skitter around.
これ心配ない怖いこととかないの
Damn! Mio's being racist? We're fine, don't worry. The creatures who live here are all nice and welcoming, plus they're used to seeing humans that will disturb or bother us in any way. Plus, Shigure and I are fairly well known around these parts, and I'm even acquainted with some of the creatures who live here personally, so you don't need to worry. We'll be just fine. She grabs hold of my hand, adding another butt. Mio?
やっぱり離れ離れとかになったら怖いからだから手繋いでる
Say nothing but grip her hand back, leading her along as my mind starts to grow fuzzy from the warmth in her fingers. However, when I look over and see the fear in Mio's face, my worries from earlier begin to resurface. Even if she's okay here, I don't want to keep her in an environment that's clearly making her uncomfortable. It's a possibility that the reason she feels so nervous now all links back to something she experienced upon wandering astray into a parallel world when she was a child. Maybe the excitement that she displayed initially was just an act to masquerade her fears. The thought of that only exacerbates my worries. Maybe I ought to go ahead and take her back. We already enjoyed ourselves. Would have been nice to stay longer, sure, but I don't want to push her if there's more than she can handle. It's a shame we won't get to see the fireworks, but it is for the best. We just head back to the dorm, and Mio and I can come up with something else to spend the day doing. I wouldn't have any problems with that, and I'm sure Mio will understand if I explain things to her. Even though it's already nightfall in this world, in our world it would still be around noon. We'll have plenty of time to find something else to do. Just some thinking of that, however.
Yuma.
Shinku, what's up?
ユーマはさっき言ってたな。ミオと最初にこの町にやってきた時に心の中で
Sorry, what's this about?
もしもあの時異世界で迷子になったミオが何か迷子になった先で怖くて辛い思いをしていたとして
Flashback time!
それが原因であの子は記憶を損傷してしまったんじゃないかって
Yeah, I was considering it as a possibility. Might also be why Mio looks so frightened right now. Whether it's the main reason or merely a small piece of something great, can't help but be fixated on that possibility. I could just be overthinking things. I could very well be wrong. But even if I'm being slightly paranoid, that doesn't mean I can just smile blithely and ignore what's going on with her.
それならもしもユーマの考えが正しかったとしたら私の力をあの子の心に使えばいい。そうすればあの子は取り戻すかもしれないぞ。昔ユーマと過ごした時の記憶を。
She might remember you from before you met Natsume Suzu, Shinku goes on to say.
そしてユーマは知ることができるかもしれない。迷子になったミオに何があったのかということ。
Could use Shinku's power on Mio. Yeah, that might end up being my only option. For example, if Mio is reliving what she's experienced all those years ago right now, then any fun she's had is outweighed by the pain. I chose to take Mio here today because I wanted her to become more familiar and comfortable with parallel worlds, and I regret that decision. Maybe I should have taken things more slowly. I could have just exposed her to it in small chunks, explain everything about the parallel worlds to her bit by bit over a long period of time, instead of just dragging her out here and immersing her in this environment immediately. Still can't help but think. I'm surprised you're the one bringing this up, Shinku. Normally you're heavily against me using the power on other people.
場合にもよるって話だ。今回は特別。ユーマの大切な幼馴染がピンチだというのなら、私だって何か力になりたいというくらいの気持ちにはなるさ。何はともあれ、特に問題なければそれに越したことはないんだけどな。
I nod to look over at Mio. Do you want to stay and look around or go home?
え、もう帰るの？
We can if you want. I've got other ideas for stuff we could do, so I don't mind if you're ready to leave.
せっかくだもの、行きましょう。
Are you sure? Are you really alright?
何が？
Well, I'm not quite sure how to convey my concerns.
ユーマは気にしすぎ。
Huh?
あのね、ユーマは私が昔あの学生寮の地下室からどこかの世界へ勝手に行って、そして迷子になったことがあるからそれを気にしてるんでしょ。そんな私をここに連れてきて正解だったのかどうかって。違う？
You're not wrong, also. I'm desperately trying to work out if I'm taking the right approach in all of
で
this.
もユーマは今日ここにこうして私を連れてきてくれた。あくまでも一番の目的は一緒に夏祭りを楽しもうってことで。
Yeah.
ユーマが私にひどい意地悪を考えるわけがないって信じてる。
What do you...
私がユーマと同じ寮で生活するなら、あの地下室の機能性や異世界のいろいろ教えておいた方がいいとか、そういったことを考えてくれたんじゃないの？
I hesitate. Part of me doesn't know if I should simply nod and say yes.
とにかく私は大丈夫だから。迷子になったのも私が悪いのだから、あまり気を使わないで。
Feels odd.
What is that?
Oh well. If anything, it's kind of embarrassing to still remember that silly little mistake I made as a kid, he goes on to say, with an awkward
勝
smile.
手に人の家を歩き回ってそれで怪我をしたからってその家の持ち主が責められなくちゃいけないのはおかしいでしょ。
The dorm is my house, though.
へりくつ言わないの。
Am I really, though?
そういうわけだからもう少し見て回りたいって思う。
It's
やっ
less
と
so...
慣れてきたところなの。
It's less so someone broke their house, hurt themselves, and you feel responsible for it. It's more so someone trespassed on a piece of property accidentally without you knowing. They hurt themselves because they decided to fucking climb a tree or something. And you find them afterwards and feel responsible for it. They weren't supposed to be there in the first place.
だから今帰るのはちょっとかなりもったいないって思うの。
Okay.
でもね、それとは別にやっぱりこんなところで一人にされるのは嫌だから離れないでね。
Yeah, I won't. Keep a tight hold on each other's hand. All it would take right now is a tiny bit of concentration, and I'd be able to take a peek inside Mia's mind. Take a peek inside her mind. It certainly is a bit of a negative way to phrase it, but even so, the thought of doing it makes me feel guilty. Accidentally peeping on someone while they're changing or looking at the address of a letter you found on the street. Somehow this feels like an even worse invasion of privacy than those. So I give my head a tiny shake. Well, since our stomachs get full, what do you say we try playing one of the games like goldfish scooping or something?
そうね。
Decide
それが
to
いいかも。
we decide to stay and enjoy the festival together a little longer.
どうしよう。こんなのもらっちゃったけど。
She holds her head in puzzlement as she stares at the pair of rings she won as a prize.
結局お金を払わなかったけど、大丈夫なの？
Well, the inventor said he wanted you to take him off his hands, so it's probably not a big deal.
そうね。
As I stare blankly at the rings in her hand, I recall how we got them in the first place.
ユーマ、あれ見て。
After we made our decision to continue exploring this festival, we walked down the main street when a certain stall appeared to have caught Mio's attention.
ほら、何か面白そうなのやってる。
What is it? She pointed towards a game stall. The rules seemed to be that you'd use an air rifle loaded with cork bullets to shoot at prizes. If you managed to knock something off, you'd take it home with you. Ah, I nod. That's super ordinary.
何よ、普通でいいじゃない。面白そうだって思ったんだから、別にいいでしょ。
Oh no, I didn't mean it in a bad sense or anything. It's just that all the other stalls have been pretty wild and bizarre, so it's nice to find something a little more familiar to us. We just come to from the goldfish scooping stall, as Mio had said we couldn't come to a festival without doing that. Which is all well and good, except the goldfish could speak. They shrieked and cried, screamed and begged. The shrill noises they emitted were almost ear-splitting. In fact, it was so off-putting that Mio and I left almost immediately. The guy running it offered to let us take one home with us as a consolation prize. We politely declined. The idea of owning a goldfish which would scream and shriek at unintelligible noises every waking moment was, not very appealing. I could hardly bear to imagine the kind of hell that thing would cause if it came back to the dome with us. Would probably frighten Kasa half to death. Anyhow. It certainly looks like the most normal stall we've seen so far. Wanna have a go? She nodded. Alright. Then stepped up and paid for the two of us to play.
勝負する？
Fucking ace sniper meal. Alternatively, I could call this part shot through the heart now. I like Bon Jovi, okay? Shut the fuck up.
いいよ。
Oops. That sounds like fun. Are we adding prize for winning? Oops. What? Why not?
勝負はしたいけど、何かをかけるのは嫌。
Yeah, but why?
またおかしな感じのゲームとかやらされたら困るから。だから絶対に嫌。
I promise I won't make you do anything like that again. I smile awkwardly. So we'll compete to compete and see who's better. That sound good? She nodded.
負けないから。
Shall we say the person who wins the most prizes is the overall winner?
そうね。何か特定の商品を先に落とした方が勝ちっていうのは？
Sure, that sounds good. So which one are we gonna aim for?
そうね。それじゃあ、あれで。
Bear. She pointed towards a large stuffed bear.
ちょっと、今思い出してたでしょ。
About what? She glared at me through squinted eyes.
別にいいけど、もう私気にしたりしてないし。
You know, the chat thing to do would have been like, yeah, I was. What you gonna do about it? You like stuffed animals a lot, don't you? She pursed her lips in response to that.
悪いの？
Oh, sorry, I wasn't saying that's a bad thing.
大好きだったら悪いの？
She loves them. Loves them. Right, I see.
子供みたいだって言いたいの？
Now you're just straight putting words into my mouth. According to the person running the stall, if we hit a prize, if we hit a prize, we would get our money back. We asked him once again to make sure, but he confirmed it's a festival. He said the main objective of anyone in my position is making people happy. That stall owner is full of shit. Yep, I'm ready. Seemed rather excited at the prospect. I don't mean to put a damp on your mood, but it might not be as easy as you think. What if I get it instead? Well, I'll think about it. Let's take our shots in turn. What ultimately became of our contest to see who could first win the teddy bear was... We didn't manage to get the stuffed bear, but we did knock over the ring box next to it in our attempt. It's a lot smaller than the bear, yet you still managed to hit it. It's actually pretty impressive in its own right, Mio. I wish my luck would have gotten me the bear instead, she grumbles under her breath. Well, something's definitely better than nothing. Would have been a bit sad if we came out of our little battle empty-handed, don't you think? She moves one of the rings from the box. It's a plain silver ring with no jewels or engravings to speak of. I remember him saying that now. Whichever two people wear them would be drawn to one another. Not necessarily in a romantic sense, but more of a physical one. If you and the person ever became separated for whatever reason, you would always find your way back to one another. In addition, the more genuine and real their relationship was, the stronger the effect. That's apparently the extent of the power that these rings house within them. Magic? Well, I mean, if it's a prize, just a prize from the festival stall, I wouldn't believe all the mumbo-jumbo they say about it so readily. Oh no, but stuff you buy at festivals is usually tacky, superstitious crap, right? He then holds out one of them to me. What? Damn, Mio proposing already. Oh. She takes one of them thin chains that came from the box and loops the ring through it to make a necklace, which she then hangs from her neck. You're not gonna wear it on your finger? If it was a Chad, he would put it on the ring finger. That's, like, which one was the one that's, like, for actual, like, proper wedding ring? Like, there's one, like, one hand is for the engagement ring, the other is for the actual wedding ring. I think the right finger was the engagement ring, the left finger was the actual wedding ring, because on the left side is where the heart is. I'm not sure though. Just... Oh no, okay, so... An engagement ring symbolizes a promise of marriage, and your wedding band solidifies this promise. With no beginning or end, the cycle of a wedding ring is supposed to be a symbol of eternity and dedication to a lifetime partnership. In the Western cultures, traditionally wedding rings are exchanged during a couple's wedding ceremony on the engagement ring finger. With this, you may wonder what happens to the engagement ring. Just before the wedding ceremony, the engagement ring is exchanged onto the right hand, so the wedding ring can be placed onto the left hand to be worn closest to the heart. After the ceremony, the engagement ring is then placed on top of the new wedding band. Okay, so I was correct in saying the reason why the wedding ring is on the left hand. I did not remember that the engagement ring is literally just also on the left hand until you actually get the wedding ring in. I don't think it really matters. I cocked my head to one side, studying the ring that I've put on my left hand's middle finger. I guess now we'll always find our way back to each other, even if we end up separated.
そうね。
Mio looks
そう
away.
なるのかも。
Yeah, though the guy made sure to clarify that a relationship had to be real and genuine for it to work.
純粋なもの。
Gotta say, it's an interesting power. I'll want me to do a little test to see how effective they really are.
しない。
And you're at least curious, though. I just want to see how far the area of effect is.
しないったら、もしも離れ離れになって指輪がその力を発揮しなければ、私たちは純粋な関係じゃないって証明されるってこと？
It'll be fine. We're real childhood friends. We can hardly have a more genuine relationship than that. Well, there is a way. She looks away bashfully, saying, "What the heck? That makes no sense."
とにかくこの指輪の力を試すには実際に離れ離れにならなきゃいけないわけでしょ？
Well, yeah, natural.
いやよ、そんなのは。だ
Why
っ
not?
てめんどくさいじゃない。
Seriously?
ほら、次行くわよ。次。
Okay, I'm coming. She takes my hand and we walk off. Still, though, these rings have the power to pull two people back together, no matter how far apart they are. Leo and I are now wearing them. Requires us to be separated. Somehow wearing this ring makes me feel as though we're tempting fate. Literally 10 minutes later, they are now separated. Alright, we've now perused all the stalls. So all that's left is to wait for the grand finale of the festival, the fireworks. We still have a fair bit of time before they begin, though. You and I were just discussing what we might do in the meantime when a familiar face shows up. Haku!
ユーマさん？
Yes! Sorry. Huh? Upon turning around, I see none other than Haku, the divine of the merchant town and Naren's mother.
来られていたんですね。
Yeah, I brought a friend with me.
お知り合いですか？
Her gaze shifts to me who stands next to me.
そちらの方は？
Oh yeah, you probably haven't. This is Kisaragi Mio, she's my childhood friend.
どうも。
She offers a light bow, keeping herself slightly hidden behind me.
幼馴染。
Haku's face lights up in
それ
delight.
は素敵なことですね。
What do you mean?
はい。幼馴染ということは、お二人はとても仲がよろしいと、そういうことなんですよね。
It's not necessarily a given just because we're childhood
違
friends.
うんですか？
No, not really. I guess
お二人
we're
は
relatively
仲が
close, yeah.
悪いのですか？
I should not have interrupted there.
そうですか。とにかくよろしくお願いいたしますね、如月美桜さん。私はハクと申します。この町で占い師をしておりまして、ユーマさんと管理人さんには日頃からお世話になっております。はい、よろしくお願いいたします。
Haku smiles at Mio, who seems to be slightly cowering due to her nerves.
ところで、こちらのお祭りはいかがですか？ユーマさんたちの世界のものと比べて。
Well, our goldfish don't scream at us for one. It's not terribly different. It's not too terribly different. It's been nice and relaxing. We've been having a good
そ
time.
れは良かったです。それはそうと。
She glances left and right, scanning the
今
vicinity.
日はカナさんはいらっしゃらないんですね。ここのところいつもご一緒のようでしたのに、少し珍しいですね。いつもご一緒？はい、カナさんとユーマさんはとても仲がよろしいようで。
Haku, come on, think! Haku then proceeds to tell Mio the story of when Kana was captured by the
ユ
fiend.
ーマさん、あの件では大変お世話になりました。カナさんにも どうかよろしくお伝えくださいね。
Wait, did you just talk about how did you just talk to me about how Yuma just kind of, you know, shrugged off being stabbed and slashed multiple times on top of being impaled? Sure, I'll make sure to tell her.
そんなことがあったんだ。
Mio?
私の知らないところでそんなことしてたんだ。
No, it's not on purpose or anything.
私は今日まで全然ここに連れてきてくれなかったのに、それなのにあのメイドとはしょっちゅうここに来てたってことなんだ。
I wouldn't really say all the time.
ふーん、
She purrs her lips like flowers in
それ
May.
もあの子ととても仲がよろしいって。そうなんだ。もしかしたら私よりあの子との方が相性いいんじゃないの？
I don't really know. That's not a question I really want to think about at the moment.
それなら占いしてみますか？
Huh? You want to do a divination on us?
私も町の皆様に習って
That's actually what
お
I
店を
expected
出
the
させ
meeting to
てい
be.
ただいていたんです。簡単な相性占いをするだけですけど。
Like, I was betting that we would meet her because of goddamn fortune telling stall, but then they said, like, oh, we've already gone through all the stalls, and then the only possibility was either we don't meet Haku or they go to her place to do the fucking trauma treatment.
先ほど店じまいをしてしまったのですけど、どうでしょうか？せっかくなのでやられていきませんか？
Aren't you already closed though?
いえいえ、大丈夫です。問題ありません。ユーマさんにはいつもお世話になっていますので、これくらいは全然。
He smiles
そういうわ
wildly.
けですので、
Not
どうします？
wildly,
占
widely.
っていかれますか？
I throw a quick sidelong glance at Mio.
占い。
You can't tell if she's super enthused by the idea or not at all. Her expression tells you she's still deliberating in her mind. Okay, we'll go ahead and do it. I decide to go ahead and accept.
喜んで。それでは、そうですね。私の家に来ていただいてもいいでしょうか。道具などはもううちの方に片付けてしまっているので。
Sure, that's fine by you, isn't it, Mio?
うん。それでいいけど。
She seems somewhat on edge. Wonder what the problem is. Are you nervous or something?
それは。
She casts her gaze down to the ground. Then she lifts her head again, looks at me sternly, and brings her lips to my ear.
こんなこと占い師の人の前で言うのは失礼かもだけど、
Yeah?
私占いってちょっと苦手なの。
Oh, I didn't know
だ
that.
って占いの結果が悪かったりしたらとても悲しい気持ちになるの。
The way you have to treat, like, divination and horoscopes and shit like that is, if it says you have a good day, nice! I'll have a good day today. If it says you have a bad day, then, oh, nothing to worry about. It's bullshit anyways. Like, choose when to believe.
その結果が気になって眠れなくなっちゃう。占い師の人に言われたみたいに本当に悪い結果になっちゃったらどうしようって。
Ah, that makes sense. I can certainly see how fortune telling can be a bit intimidating for people who tend to worry excessively.
大丈夫ですよ。
Huh?
そう警戒なさらなくても平気ですよ。
Haku looks at us and smiles reassuringly. Oh, sorry, did you overhear us?
聴覚は人並み以上ですので。
You do see the ears, right? Then, with a flick, those white fluffy animal ears atop her head twitch.
占いはそんなに怖いものではありませんよ、ミオさん。基本的にはただの統計学だったりしますし、それにいいことだけしか的中できないんですよ、占いというものは。
Listen, I can only tell you when you'll win a Ferrari. I can't tell you if a Ferrari is going to hit you coming down the street at fucking 100 miles an hour.
そうですか。もちろん無理強いなんてできません。お礼のつもりなのにそんなことをしては本末転倒ですものね。
Are you up for a meal?
どうしよう。
She closes her eyes pensively, seemingly still struggling to decide one way or the other. I get it though. Even though Haku says nothing bad will happen, you'd still be kind of bummed if the result came in and our compatibility was shockingly low. You don't have to do it, I suggest to her, but she shakes her head, saying, no, it's fine.
やってみる。
You sure? She nods.
別にユーマとの相性が最悪だったとしても、私は別に。
At her house, you have like non-existent compatibility. What? Well, like the compatibility is at its worst when one of y'all's literally refuses to accept that it's something that can happen. He just looks over at Mio. You hurt me. If it was that bad, I think I'd care. Well, there you have it, Haku. Sounds interesting, so if you don't mind, we'd love to have you read our compatibility. Just please have a little bit of mercy on us.
はい、もちろんです。それではご一緒に参りましょうか。
Is the wall fixed? The wall seems to be fixed. Haku leads us to her house and then begins the reading immediately.
まずはお二人のお名前から相性を割り出してみましょうか。
After saying that, she lays out several fortune-telling tools in front of her. She takes a small piece of calligraphy paper and describes our names and dates of birth on them. Then she finally she opens up a thick ledger and begins to read from it. You hear an audible gulp from Mio as she kneels beside me with her eyes focused on Haku. Mio?
何？
You don't need to be so nervous.
緊張なんかしてないわよ。
Really?
結果出ましたよ。
Oh, that was quick.
はい、慣れていますので。
He then closes the
こ
ledger.
れくらいのことならすぐにできます。
I guess you're not a pro for nothing. I'm honestly impressed by her skills.
プロですか？
Oh, that's short for professional.
褒めていただいたんですね。ありがとうございます。
She seems like a bit of an adorable airhead. Why can we not have a Haku route? Sorry. Again, I mean Haku as in IroSekai Haku. Utawaru no Haku is a hunk. Don't misunderstand me. But I do believe myself to be straight still. I always say that I only think that I'm straight because I just haven't found the right guy yet. Essentially, like that's why I'm straight. Like either way, I am heterosexual. I'm not sure if I'm biromantic though. Essentially, like I only like fall in love with women, but that's just because I haven't found the right guy yet. Essentially, that's always that's how I like to phrase it. You smile sweetly.
それで結果の方は。あ、はい。それではお伝えさせていただきますね。よろしくお願いします。
That's strange. Really strange. I'm starting to feel a bit nervous as well now.
占わせていただいた結果、お二人の相性は。
Mew squeezes her eyes shut tightly, her fists clenched on top of her knees.
素晴らしいですね。
What does that mean?
はい、これ以上ないというくらいに最適の相性でした。
Mio droops her shoulders, mentally trying to... like, Haku just goes like, you two have the highest possible compatibility without any hesitation. The MC just looks over, so how many kids are we having? I can almost see the tension escaping her body.
これは社交辞令でお茶を濁しているとかそういったことではありませんよ。本当にお二人の相性は最高なんです。言いたいことが直裁に言い合え、同時にお互いのことをしっかりと思いやれる、そういったことが自然と無意識にできる間柄であると占いではそう出ましたね。
Huh? Is that right?
何よその不満そうな言い方。
No, it's not what I'm saying. A relationship in which we can transmit our feelings to one another consciously, if that's true. I feel like she and I aren't exactly on even ground when it comes to that.
ちょっと変な言い方しないでよ。とにかくお二人のお名前のその画数、そして生年月日、そういったものを掛け合わせてみた結果です。それは間違いない感じですか？はい、あくまでも統計的にはほぼ確実かと。個人個人でやはり微妙に違ってはくるものの、相性を悪くしている要素が見当たらないんです、お二人には。そうなんですか。
Mia's face relaxes a little. Seeing her smile so genuinely fills me with joy as well.
そしてお二人の相性の良さを確実にしているものがありますし、それを失わない限りお二人の間に致命的な問題が起きるようなことは絶対にないと言えるでしょう。それは何なんですか？
Mio leans forward, seemingly unable to bear the suspense of not knowing.
それは気をつけていないとなくしちゃったりするようなものだったりしますか？
She gently touches the ring dangling from her necklace as she says this. The prize we just won from that stall, those magic otherworldly rings.
いいえ、ついうっかりなくしてしまうようなものではありませんよ。そういう風に形のあるものではないのです。
I just realized. Technically, when it comes to like searching for people, the Kyo's family is the one that specializes in that. However, the door magic can kind of like even the odds via life hack. You don't need to search for the person. Just search for a specific object you know the person to be carrying.
形のないものということですか？はい、お二人の縁の中に含まれる両極性が影響を及ぼしておりまして、そういうのを何と言ってお伝えすればいいのか悩みますが、ともかくその一点を備えていなければ、もしかしたらお二人の相性は最高ではなく最悪だったかもしれません。最高ではなくて最悪？はい、そういう意味での両極性です。でも大丈夫です。心配はありませんよ。それは何があっても消えてなくなるようなものではありませんから。そうなんですか？
Yes, Haku confirms, nodding, to which Mio says, just to clarify again, what does that mean?
私たちの相性を最悪から守ってくれてるものって何ですか？それは幼なじみです。
Oh no, she's now going to be convinced that, oh no, that's already fucked, because she still believes herself to be like a fake child friend because she forgot about him or something.
加納上優馬、如月美桜、お二人にとって幼なじみという関係は運命的に非常に大きな影響を及ぼされているようです。幼なじみが運命的にですか？はい、そうです。お二人の魂にとって幼なじみとして出会ったこと、その事実が最高の相性には 必然であったようですね。
That very moment.
幼馴染として出会ったことが。
Mio's expression darkens. Mio. A subtle change in its facial expression doesn't slip by me.
それはどういうことですか？お二人の出会い方の問題ですね。友人としてではなく、家族としてでもなく、幼い頃に幼馴染として出会ったこと、それが最高と最悪を分ける境界線だったと、そういうことですね。最高と最悪を。そうです。まさに運命に導かれるように、幼馴染として出会ったお二人の相性はそこで最高に確定されました。幼馴染、その関係性はいつまでたっても変わらないものですよね。ましてやなくしてしまうようなものでも決してない。どんなに喧嘩をしても、大嫌いだと罵り合ったとしても、それで幼馴染である事実が変わったりするわけではありません。
Maybe wondering why I keep touching my eyebrow here. It keeps twitching for some reason. It's very annoying.
だから大丈夫です。お二人にはどんな問題もありえませんよ。
I think it's wildly funny how Haku, in trying to being so happy about telling them and being like very excited, like, yay, they have like a very positive relationship. I don't even have to like fudge things to make them not sad. It's just, causing severe depression to Mio. Haku smiles sweetly as she concludes her explanation. However, Mio still appears distraught. Such a subtle hint in her expression, I doubt Haku has picked up on it, but I see it all too clearly. Someone who's grown up alongside her, I can tell these things.
それでは次はお一人ずつ占わせていただいてもよろしいですか？
Huh? Individual
お
fortunes.
互いの人となりをもう少し深く踏み込んで占えば、さらに細かくいろいろとお伝えすることができるかもしれません。
I'd be willing to do more. You'd be willing to do more detailed readings for
せっ
us.
かくですので、お時間の方は大丈夫ですか？
I really appreciate it. I think we're okay on time. Still have a short while until the fireworks are scheduled to start. Even so, can't help but worry about Mio and the way she's acting.
見てもらったら？
Mio,
せっかくだもの、もしかしたら他に何か個人個人で気をつけておかなければならない何かを教えてもらえるかもしれないし。
she's like, does the fortune? He's like, what's wrong? Well, the fortune for Yuma says that in order to maintain the relationship with you perfectly well, he has to, read your mind. What the fuck does that mean? That is true. Still, you sure you're okay with that, Mio?
何か？
Well, I mean, that last reading seemed to have had an effect on you. You looked upset by it.
ハクさん、見てもらってもいいですか？はい、それはもちろん大丈夫ですよ。それならまずはユーマから見てもらって。
No.
私、外に出てるから。
Bad. Huh? Wait, She leaves without even giving me the chance to finish my sentence.
それではミオさんを待たせてはいけないので、手早く済ませましょうか。
Haku continues with the reading. Interesting. So I guess me and I are pretty compatible. I murmured to myself as I step out of Haku's house.
悪くはないどころか、相性最高だって言われたじゃないか。
Yeah, truthfully though, I can't help but think that Haku might have sugarcoated it a little bit to encourage us. I recall what you said to me during my private individual reading. It all just seemed a little too over the top and embarrassing for me to completely take at face value. Even so, strange as it is, I did kind of enjoy it. Having a divination done, and having that diviner tell you that your future was looking bright, honestly felt pretty nice. Felt easily led to take it as truth. It lifted my spirits and motivated me to live tomorrow to the fullest. Certainly have a deeper respect for the work diviners do now. As those warm thoughts float around my head, I step into the outside ear. Now it's Mio's turn. Some seemed to be bothering her earlier. I wonder if she's feeling better now. And she's gone. Huh? However, Mio's nowhere to be seen. Did she wander off somewhere? She said she'd be waiting outside, but that didn't necessarily mean she'd stay right outside the doorway.
幼馴染として出会ったことでお二人の相性は最高に。
That was the moment when Mio's facial expression changed. Can't help but wonder, maybe those feelings of melancholy didn't go away and she wandered off somewhere. Then brought a phone with me. Not that I'd likely be able to function in this world to begin with. That plus Mio doesn't own a phone. I remember her saying a long time ago that the whole contract business was way too much of a hassle for her, so she gave up on the idea of having one. It was an odd thing for a kid our generation to say, to be quite honest. Kind of think of it, she didn't care much for the internet or email either. Anyhow, back to the situation at hand. I currently have no way of contacting her and confirming her whereabouts. What should I do? She's lost in a parallel world. That thought suddenly springs to my mind. Still, the situation isn't entirely the same. She's not a child anymore. Plus, none of the creatures that reside in this world harbor any sort of ill will towards humans. Except fiends! Fiends exist! So there's no need to panic. I don't need to blow this up into a bigger deal than it is. However, I still can't help but worry slightly. That somber look on her face still lingers in my mind. She'll be fine, I just have to believe. I tightly clenched the ring that Mio had given me before we came to Haku's house. No matter how far apart we are, these rings will draw us back together, supposedly.
ユーマさん、どうかなさいましたか？
Haku comes peeking outside. Mio's gone off
ミ
somewhere.
オさんが？
I'm gonna go look for her. I run off toward the downtown area. Can't find her anywhere. Damn it, Mio, where are you? It's been roughly an hour since I left Haku's house and began my search. But rushing around here and there and everywhere, again and again and again, but to no avail. She's lost in a parallel world again. A particular detail clings stubbornly to my mind. Man, I messed up, but I think it was a good idea to leave her alone. At this point, it's hard not to feel worried. My anxiety is mixed with prickling fretfulness. What started out as a tiny little worry has now ballooned into something too big to ignore. This town isn't even that large, so why can't I seem to find her anywhere? I heave a sigh. Think about using a special power of yours now. Take out the silver ring and speak to it. Nothing but a tacky piece of junk. Telling myself that it was really silly of me. Telling myself that it was really silly of me to place my trust in it. I continue to walk on. Won't be long now until the fireworks begin. And when they do, all the festival goers will likely crowd together, making it near impossible to find Mio. It's worse, Mio doesn't even know how to return to our world from this one. Can't bet on her being back at the dorm. She has to still be somewhere in this world. Just need to keep searching until I eventually find her. Spent a good while scouring the downtown area once more. Gradually the streets began to become more and more densely crowded.
祭りの終わりも近いみたいだな。そろそろ花火が打ち上げられる時間みたいだ。この大通りからが一番花火を見るのに適してるんだと通り過ぎた誰かが言っていた。
So it's gonna get even more crowded than it is now. My sense of urgency grows exponentially as I realize my time is running thin. Then
おい、ユーマ。
Shika suddenly tugs at my sleeve.
あの後ろ姿は。
Huh?
もしかして。
I turn and look off where she's pointing. Thereupon... Oh, thank God. Find the very girl I've been searching for blending in amongst the throng of people. I'm instantly filled with relief. Where were you, Mio? I've been looking all over for you. Trod over, calling out to her from behind. However, she doesn't turn around. Mio, what's wrong?
別に。
She speaks softly, still keeping her back
ち
to
ょっ
me.
と考え事してたの。
But
ただ
what?
ユーマには関係ないこと。
But frankly, you don't get to say that when you're fucking pissed off out of nowhere, making someone worry and look for you. What do you mean? Why are you being so snippy? She doesn't reply, nor does she turn around. Why is she acting like this? You were having such a great time earlier. What caused this stark, abrupt change of attitude? I don't get it. Or maybe I was the only one who was having fun. She was merely feigning it. You, can I say something? If I did something to upset you, then I'm sorry. Really am. So please, cheer up.
違う。
Huh?
悪いのはユーマじゃない。悪いのは
He speaks in a hushed tone. Then she finally turns around and looks at me as she finishes.
悪いのは私。
Mio. Now she's facing me. I can clearly see the look of resignation on her
ユー
face.
マ
Yeah.
どうしよう。私たちの相性最悪だって。
What do you mean? That's not what you told us. Compatibility is good. In fact, it's near perfect. Don't you remember telling us that?
そうね。最高で最悪だって。
Yeah, but as long as we're childhood friends and it's fixed at the highest possible level, there's nothing that can shake up
違
compatibility.
う。違うよユーマ。私たちが最高を得るには出会い方が問題になるのよ。
What do you mean, how?
幼馴染として出会ったということが大切だとそうハクさんは言ったのよ。
If you did specifically mention the soul, though.
最悪から逃れられるにはそれが必要だって。
Like, they met at a point both of them cannot remember. Because the first day he currently remembers in his life, so like the last day where the memory reset happened, she already knew him. And she can remember him from before she got lost in the parallel world. However, they still have met. That's the requirement. Having met at an early age. Which they did. Yeah, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Are you trying to say that there's some sort of issue in the way we met? Don't remember, Mio? You yourself declared to me that we'd be childhood friends when we grew up, so...
ユーマが何を言ってるのか私にはわからない。覚えてない。知らないのよそんなのは。知っているけど知らないの。だって私は
She pressed her lips together, swallowing the rest of her words. Mio, please explain this to me in a way I can understand. What exactly are you trying to say?
ごめん。
About what? Why is she apologizing? What did you do to me? I failed to understand any of this. Listen, tell me right now or I'm going to forcefully read your mind, which I can do.
ごめんなさい。私はね、ユーマに嘘ついてるの。
Okay.
嘘も嘘つきも嫌いだなんていつも言ってる私なのに、そんなのは大嘘。
Yep, there we go.
違う。
She said she hates lies and liars because she hates herself and she is a liar. That's gonna be the fucking...
嘘も嘘つきもどちらも正しく大嫌いだから。私が嫌いなの。
Self-loathing! I don't know why that, to me at least, had the same energy as Game Over, yeah! I don't even know what game that's from. I just know it from the memes. Speaking of that, the last time I actually saw that was in the K&I John Star Force review, where a police officer is punted in the face by a fucking baseball. It's just fucking floored by it, and he decided to just cut that in right after. It's a good review. I recommend it. I also recommend the RPG manga reviews of it, actually. Both of them are very good. Anyways. The gleam in her eyes begins to fade as she continually stares at me. What I can see within that gaze is a desperate plea for help. From what I don't know.
She herself doesn't even know. Please, I beg you, save us from this place. Those words begin to echo in my mind again and again and again, ad infinitum, almost as if they're streaming into my head from some distant dream world.
私はユーマとこれ以上仲良くなれない。あの占いの結果はそういうことなんだと思う。
What results are you talking about?
ユーマ、私これからどうしたらいいの？この世界で私が頼れるのはユーマしかいなかったのに、それなのに多分どうしようもない私への罰なんだよね。だから私は幸せになる権利なんてないんだ。
You see, at this point, you grab her, take her to Haku's, ask her to use the room, and you fucking drain the trauma from her body. I don't know why I just remember the fact that yesterday I saw a video where someone decided, yes, I'm gonna watch every single episode of Phineas and Ferb and rate the innators based on how dangerous they are. Some of the ideas for Doofenshmirtz are like destructive and dangerous as all fucking get out. He just decides to use them like a goddamn idiot. Like he's created multiple mind control apparatuses. But like, they're either just specific to insects or other animals. They only have like 3 fucking commands because he decided I'm gonna brainwash people to celebrate my birthday, so all I need to do is celebrate, clap, and clean up. And that one where he decided he's gonna hold like a fucking TED talk where he shoots the the fucking audience with an innator that makes them want to buy overpriced merchandise of himself. And nothing else. Like, Doofenshmirtz would be the most dangerous fucking villain alive probably if he just, you know, used his stuff in an actually smart way. Too bad he's just either a moron or just like too good to be bad. Wait, slow down. You're only confusing me more. Please, Mio, explain this to me in words that I can understand. If you're so anxious, each self-deprecating word that comes out from her mouth seems to ebb away at her, like relentless waves from the sea gradually eroding a sandcastle down to nothing. Take her hand, though. Maybe she won't be whittled away in her depression. Still.
私は違うの。
It's almost as though she's erected an invisible barrier that keeps you from reaching her. Can't approach her without causing her pain. Can't tell her that everything will be alright, because she's already convinced herself otherwise.
私は偽物なんだよ。
Sus? Sorry. What? She's an imposter. What's that supposed to mean, Mio? How are you an imposter? You, Mio, you're my childhood friend, Kisaragi Mio, or what? Are you telling me that you're someone else?
違うの。そうじゃなくて。
She shakes her head frantically, her long hair swaying.
私はユーマの本物の幼馴染なんかじゃないの。ほら、この指輪だって私の居場所をユーマに伝えてくれなかった。
What you mean? I found you.
試してみたの。もしもこの指輪が不思議な力で私とユーマを引き合わせてくれたなら、まだ私は大丈夫かもしれないって思った。でもそうはならなかった。この指輪はユーマを連れてきてくれなかった。それは私が偽物だから。そうだよね。
But it did find you just now. How can you say that wasn't because of the ring's power?
ごめん。ごめんね。ごめんなさい。
She only continues to shake her head.
本物じゃない私はユーマとの関係も最悪で、そしてお父さんとお母さんにとっても最悪の娘で、 もう本当に救いようがない。
Message? What the fuck? Who tagged me? Oh, that's an at everyone. Oh. Congrats to Emily for reaching 14k. In case you are not aware, I'm talking about Hiragi Emuri, aka the only fucking VTuber I watch even just semi-regularly. By watch, I mean actual stream-wise. Rethink your weekend. You could have fried foods and beer for 1,500 calories, or you could play RimWorld Lobotomy Corporation and take 4 packs of Benadryl for I don't even fucking know how much calories. What? Who the fuck posted this? Who the fuck posted this? Oh, right, I should probably... Almost forgot. I have to still confront Colonel with my drip. There we go. I remember things. Isn't that amazing? For me to remember things? I feel like I'm always forgetting something while I'm sitting here. I'm constantly in a state of like I feel like I'm forgetting something. I mean, hell, I forgot until we were done with buying the stuff that we got, which, like I said, is for my cousin's wedding, for me to wear there. And until we were done with buying all that and we're sitting just getting with for the ice cream, until then I just forgot to consider, wait, hold on. I know the 23rd, my birthday is like a Thursday. So the 25th, when my cousin has his birthday, has his wedding, that's got to be a Saturday, aka I have a shift then. Oh no. Oh no. Anyways. Where the fuck did I open? Where the fuck did I open browser? I meant to open fucking OBS. There we go.
ここのところユーマと一緒で楽しいことが多かったから、だから安心してた。もしかしたら私でも大丈夫なんじゃないかって、そんな風に思ってた。
Honest to God, if he was a Chad, he would just say, let's fucking snap her out of it. Like, fucking grab her wrist, like, listen up. Even if you weren't a fucking imposter, why should I care? I fell for the meal currently in front of me. So, fuck off.
もしかしたらって期待しちゃってた。だって今日がとても楽しかったから。だから私夢見てたのかもしれない。このままユーマと楽しいだけの毎日を一緒に過ごせるかもしれないって。でもやっぱりダメなんだ。占いも指輪も私じゃダメだってそう言ってる。私が大嫌い。どこかに消えてなくなってしまえばいいのに。帰りたい。私 お父さんとお母さんに会いたいよ。
Buries her face in her
ユーマ
hands.
との関係が最悪なら、私はあの場所ではずっと一人だよ。
She's crying. Mio's crying. Something I can't see is eating at her, causing her to sob so despairingly. Mio, I refuse to accept this. I simply reach out and take her hand. I won't let you suffer all alone. Why is Mio crying? Can't begin to fathom why. This all came out of nowhere. You aren't your child's friends. She's an imposter. That's why the rings had no effect. Supposedly she did this to test them. And as she suspected, nothing happened. The reality of it all caused her to break down mentally. And stand that much. At least I think so. The one thing that eludes me, though, is what's causing her to sob so uncontrollably. Why? Why she's saying that she hates herself. And why she's blaming herself so much for being an imposter, whatever that means. No matter how hard I rack my brains, I'll never be able to unravel this mystery. Hope I have another way. Jingu, may I? I turn to the sorceress who dwells within me and ask for her permission.
仕方ない。いいだろう。準備はいいか。
Why the fuck is he saying that as if like, oh fine, we have no other choice? Like, you were the one that suggested doing this earlier already. You don't get to act like the, oh, this is dangerous, we shouldn't do this type of person anymore. You were ready to jump in before this happened. I nod. Then I take the hand of the girl sobbing in front of me. Mio. I'm gonna alleviate some of your pain. Is that okay? Fireworks begin. At the same time as their booms ring throughout. The smell of disinfectant pervades throughout the air, carried by the summer breeze. The next moment, What? I discovered the source of her sorrow. That does imply that it is actually indeed instant. It's just that the other times he was just apparently so fucking dead tired that he instantly fell asleep the moment he did that. Like, he had time to react after finding out about everything. We returned to the dorm without waiting for the festival to end. Wait, no, back. No, no. No flashback. What? Take Mio, who hasn't said a word since, to the manager's office. I can't afford to leave her by her lonesome at this point. Yes, I did use Shinka's power to absorb a portion of her pain. However, by no means meant that I'd fixed the root cause of her suffering in and of itself. Power simply isn't enough. I'm woefully aware of that. Nothing but silence. A heavy mood looms in the air between us. I sit down at the desk. Mio chooses the bed. Are you thirsty? I can go get you some barley tea or something.
嫌だ、ユーマ。どこにも行かないで。そばにいて。
You want me to stay with you? She places her left hand on the bed next to her. I guess she's asking me to sit down there. I walk over and sit next to her. Why does everything feel so awkward? So close that our shoulders could touch. I can clearly hear the sounds of her breathing. Did it say that her route is essentially just, yes, the real resolution is in the fan desk, which, by the way, I'm going to fucking find the writers and beat them to death for that. Like, you don't do that. You don't fucking do that. Imagine, for a second, if you made this game hadn't sold, so they never had the incentive to actually create a fan desk. Her entire story arc would have been left unresolved. You don't do that. I don't know why I poured myself a glass when I'm going to be taking a quick break. I'll be right back. I have returned. I got distracted by a cat. Anyways. Yeah?
変なこと言ってもいい？
Girl, what is it?
なんだか私、ユーマに心の中を見られたような気がするの。そしてユーマが私の全部を知ってくれたんじゃないかっ って私はそう思いたいみたいなの。変だよね。私
Oops.
頭が変になっちゃったのかな。
Let's be honest. When it comes to people, everyone is a little bit crazy in their own personal fucking way. So, no, there's something being wrong with you. That's the norm, quite frankly. You show me a perfectly normal person, I'll show you someone that has a fucking deep, dark secret. There's nothing wrong with you. You're the exact same way you do.
同じ
Yeah, so you had a dream.
夢
Well, in it, I saw everything. I learned why you were so sad, why you were crying so uncontrollably back then. I know everything that you've been hiding from me up until now. I know why you call yourself an imposter, why you claimed we weren't childhood friends. I even know about the letters.
手紙
She looks at me in shock.
本当に何もかも全部
Whoops. Unmute first. I still want him to at some point, want to prove his powers to someone, but there's no available injury, so he just like grabs a knife, stabs his hand, pulls it out, and just shows, there, no blood. Well, there is a lot of blood. I'm just trying to say there's no injury. There we go. Yep.
管理人さんに聞いたの
No, you had nothing to do with it.
それならどうして
Remember? So I saw it all in a dream. Just accept that explanation for now. I realize it might not make sense, but I know. If I'm ever to explain it to you, I promise I will. There's a more pressing issue that I have to deal with right now. He will never hear that explanation because by the moment he is done with said pressing issue, Shinku's gonna be gone. Like you said, he may not be the real Mio. He may not have met as childhood friends. So what though? If we didn't meet as childhood friends, their compatibility is abysmal, and the ring certainly wouldn't have any effect.
だから私はユーマのそばにはいられなくて
Stop all this. You're Mio to me. Nobody else. I don't care who's real and who's an imposter or whatever. You're the only childhood friend I have. The only childhood friend I want to have.
それは
Hmm?
何も知らない私でも水平線空と海時々ユーマは私にその話をするけれど私にはユーマとそうして過ごした記憶はないの
Well, to be fair, the real Mio only has like a few days on him from his perspectives on her. I mean, the real Mio only has like a few days on her from his perspective, so what the fuck does it matter to him? Actually, literally just like maybe a few days at most. Like maybe 1-2 days. Because we know that the first day he remembers the day he was introduced to the witch. Upon which he was told to write the diary, which it didn't sound like during that flashback that they had been hanging out together for long. So either he went there, she told him what to do, he did it for one day, and then they had that conversation, or it's literally the same day. So from his perspective, there's no fucking difference if she's the real Mio or not, quite frankly.
記憶どころかそんな経験一つもないのに私は嘘をついてたあたかもそれを私とユーマの共通の思い出みたいな言い方を何度もして
You literally did not. Silence. I look over and notice Mio beginning to shake as she sits next to me. Upon looking at her face, I see tears in her eyes. Right. That was a bad mistake on my part. I need to avoid silence. If it lingers for too long, she'll crumble to pieces. So I'm sorry. And I lean in and kiss her on the lips. There we go. She shuffles back in shock. Even the tips of her ears are red.
どうして
Sorry, I probably should have asked you before doing that. Sorry. Just being really cute right now, so I get the urge to tease you a little. Plus, I don't want to lose to that teddy bear, you know. Mio. She grabs a nearby pillow and pummels me repeatedly with it.
ユーマ私はユーマにずっと嘘ついて
I know. It's fine. I have to get so hung up on it. Hey, this isn't fair of me. I want you to know that I love you. I love you, Mio. I lean in and kiss her once again. I know it's a cheap trick of me to do. I'm confessing my feelings for her at a time when she's in this vulnerable state. Well, to be fair, you already know about her feelings, so this would not actually be emotional manipulation. This would be fucked up if she was in a state and he was not aware that she liked him. Like he has evident proof that she actually just straight up loves him romantically. If he did not have that and decide to do this, it would actually be emotional manipulation, and I would be reprimanding him for it. Mio?
ユーマ強引だよちょっと怖い
Sorry, Mio. I just feel like this is the only thing I can do to get you to look me in the eye. She exhales a deep sigh.
ユーマ
Yeah?
もう一回今度は私からキスしていい
Sure.
ユーマとキスするの夢だった本当はもっともっと大切にしたかったのにだからお願いこれが初めてのつもりでもう一度キスしたい
Of course. Sorry about that. Press our lips together ever so gently as we affirm our feelings for one another.
それでいいんだ
Huh? Felt some just now. My gaze wanders around the room in confusion. Shin. So what about the coldest person's name? I falter. For some reason I just completely forgot what I was about to say.
どうかしたのユーマ
Oh, it's nothing, don't worry about it.
ユーマもしかして
Brings her face in close.
泣いてるの
Huh? Bring my hand to my cheek. All that as it is, it feels like I'm crying. But why? What's causing me to feel so sad? Some other fact that I can't understand why I'm crying is sadder than whatever was grieving me itself. The tears just won't stop.
ユーマ大丈夫何がそんなに悲しいの
Now you know what it feels! Just joking. I have no idea what's happening. Sorry. It's kind of weird.
おかしいって
Well, I was supposed to be comforting you, but now our positions are reversed. I smile. It's kind of embarrassing.
そんなことない
This time she kisses me. Afterwards she laughs. So do I. Bring our bodies close together, wordly expressing our deep love for one another. And they had sex! I got out of bed, careful not to wake Mio, who's sleeping beside me. Can't forget to read my diary entry. I rub my bleary eyes and sit down at the desk. Why do I write a diary? Cock my head to one side. Not to mention, there isn't even a diary. It's some sort of book. It's completely blank too. Last page. Why? Why do I suddenly feel this urge to write a diary entry? It utterly baffles me. My words, my actions, everything about the situation makes no sense to me. Huh? Flick through the pages, feeling as if I'm on the cusp of remembering something important, but it just doesn't seem to come to me. There's something written here on the last page. I read the message. Good luck, Yuma. I wish you all the best. I know you can do it. Nothing more than those 3 brief sentences. Close the book. Good luck. Don't give you words of encouragement. So why then? Why do I feel so sad? I shed a few more tears. I don't know why, but I think I've lost whatever reason I initially had for writing this diary. I don't know why, but the hymn's just saying, why do I feel so sad? Just reminds me of that one Digital Devil Saga cutscene. Are you sad? What is sad? Hold on. I know, in fact, that there is a video of just that isolated because Robin uploaded it. I don't remember the entire name of the channel. Did like the no demon transformation Digital Devil Saga challenge run. On. Robin and Zephyr, that's who it was. Hold on. Pause. Pause! Also made such challenge runs like Duels of the Roses without demons. Without monsters, I mean. Sorry. Hiccup there. Fucked up. Hold on. Shouldn't be that far down for me to find the thing that I'm looking for. Yes. Oh, there we go. No, never mind. That's not the one. Hold on. Just a yoink. Add browser. Yes. Paste.
And head to Manipura to meet up with Janana and have the most stilted conversation in the entire game.
Are you sad?
What is sad?
I'm not sure. You just seem that way.
If my reaction is sad, then yes, I am sad.
Nailed it.
Devil Saga is a good game, but by God, can the dialogue be up its own ass? Anyways, back to the sadness of Shinko vanishing from our life forever. That's about the extent of what I can discern. Man, it's such a lovely day. Perfect weather for a trip to the beach and, to feel the pressure over losing the one person that's always been by our side. I raise a hand up to shield against the blinding sunlight. Today, Mio and I are going to the beach. She was up bright and early making lunches for us. Still feel a bit guilty though, since we lied to the others and told them we were merely going grocery shopping together. Then we quietly snuck out the back door of the dormitory. Why do you need to sneak out the back door of the dormitory if you told them we were going grocery shopping? You told them something that would lead them to believe that you would have to leave the dorm already. Why are you sneaking out the back door? For a bit of context to the situation, we need to go back to our prior date at the festival. With everything that happened then, we were forced to cut our date short. Afterwards, Mia then suggested that we go somewhere else another day to make up for it, and we eventually settled on a beach excursion. Practically the only ones there. Expect to be at least a little more packed, given the fact that it's summer vacation. Shores are usually teeming with people around this time. I remember now. This is the secret spot Mia told me about. It's a bit of a hidden location, so I guess most tourists will know about it. Guess it's one of those spots that only the locals are aware of. Stretch my limbs luxuriously, although enjoying all this space. Thoroughly enjoying all this space after myself. It's kind of strange. I'm talking to myself a bit much. Was it always this way? Great. This man's about to cut the date short to fucking blow her back out again. Fucking telling you right now. Mio has now returned after changing into her bathing suit.
何？どこか変？水着はこの前と一緒なんだけど、やっぱり新しいの買ってきた方が良かった？
By the way, I'm slowly but surely getting closer to finishing Unicorn Overlord. I've at this point arrived at Albion. I am delaying the hey, choose your essentially wife until as late into the game as humanly possible, because I don't want to replay the game over and 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 over again for every character that I'm interested in. In fact, let me just, you know what, fuck it, hold on, let me just open up the game, go to report, and read out all the characters I'm at least somewhat interested in viewing the marriage event with, and all that. Chloe, Yana, Berenice, Fran, Scarlet, Selvi, to a degree Virginia. Actually, you know what? Leia and Prim as well. Hilda, Lisa, Berengaria, Melisandre, Rosalinda, Raylanor, Eltelinda, Galadmir, Ridiel, Unifi, Amalia. There you go. I'm not replaying the game once for every single one of them. This isn't Fire Emblem Awakening. This game is a lot longer. Also, it is a lot harder to finish this game with just one singular unit, considering that my unit that I mainly use, aka the MC's unit, only has 5 stamina, aka you have to wait every 5 battles, which not exactly viable. Also, the moment you wait, it causes every enemy to have advantage on you. Anyways. Oh, yeah, wait. I mean, no, I think you look great in that bikini, honestly. Well, this is certainly odd. At my first night sleeping with Mio, I thought I'd gained at least a tiny degree of confidence. So then why? Why do you suddenly feel so? Why does it feel so bashful all of a sudden? I should be used to spending alone time with her. Yet for some reason, I can't seem to look her in the eye.
あのね、ユーマ。
Yeah?
一つ聞きたいことがあるんだけど、いい？
Sure, ask away.
そういえば、 まだ確認してないことがあったなと思って。だからそれをユーマに聞いてみたいんだけど。
I see the pinch. Actually, I just realized that the mouse isn't lining up between the recording and what's being displayed there. Because over here, I'm like right here. While when I'm here, on this side, over here, I'm like covering the T to that. Funny, weirdly. But yeah, I see the pinch. The indent. The absolute territory in a way. She walks over and sits down next to me. Placing her hand on my knee, she turns her head and looks directly at me. Mio? What is it? Having her hand on my leg is making me a bit flustered. What do you want to ask me?
私たちって、もう
She tilts her head as she asks.
恋人同士だと思ってもいい？幼馴染じゃなくて。
Yeah. My nod comes out rather stiff. I mean, I think so at least.
どうして目そらすの？
I'm not trying not to or anything. Why, I should be well over the stage by now. Love, boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm suddenly having a very bashful reaction to hearing those words. Why is something as silly as that enough to throw my mind into disarray? I have no trouble holding her hands or kissing her. You're just imagining things. I mumble under my breath some stupid, pathetic excuse about the sun getting in my eyes.
それなら日陰に映るからちゃんとこっち見ていって。今の私たちって何？
I'm pretty sure we already have the right idea, so there's no need for me to say anything. My answer apparently did not satisfy her. Squints her eyes and glares at me indignantly. What?
言葉でちゃんと言ってくれないと。いや、
Do I have to? She nods.
ユーマがもう一度言葉にして伝えてくれないと私安心できないって思うの。
I just noticed that her bikini looks like the stereotypical, like, hero type red bikini armor. Like, for example, the one that what's her name? Was it Elizabeth Bathory wears in Fate? In Fate, I mean. Elizabeth Bathory. Fate. Yes, it was Elizabeth Bathory. Yeah, the typical like red brave bikini. Like that's what she looks like for some reason. I don't know why. I did not realize that there's also art of the Etrian Odyssey artist drawing her in that. Huh. I mean, not that surprising. Anyways. What do you mean for your peace of mind?
ユーマがちゃんと私のことを好きでいてくれるのかってこと。それをちゃんと言葉にしてくれたら私はもっとユーマのこと大好きになれる。
Ugh. Here we go again, this love talk. God damn it. What am I, 12? Why the hell am I getting so worked up over a single word?
ユーマ、顔が真っ赤っか。
She giggles, only causing me to blush harder. Shut up! It's her fault for going on and on about this I love you stuff. How come you're not embarrassed?
もう私はこれくらいのことで恥ずかしがったりなんかしないから。
Like, listen up. You saw me kiss a teddy bear while saying your name. Saying I like you is not that embarrassing at this point. Huh? He's past it already?
だってユーマにあんな恥ずかしいところ見られたんだもの。あれに比べたら もうどんなことがあっても大抵のことは恥ずかしくなんかない。全然平気。
What are you referring to?
キスの練習
Exactly.
あんなの他人に見られてたら未来英語心の傷よ。
Ah, okay.
あの時はユーマに見られたのが一番最悪だって思ったけど、でも今はユーマでよかったと思う。
She smiles. Oh, well, I don't really know what to say to that. Just seeing that smile of hers is getting me way too
とにか
flustered.
く言葉でちゃんと伝えてほしいって思うの。今の私はユーマにとって何？
Well, if I don't say anything, she'll worry over this endlessly. Hey, are all girls basically like this?
誰に話してるの？
Myself, I guess. Anyhow, it means as much to me that I have no choice but put my feelings into words for her. Plus, if it is some of worries, then that's more than enough reason in and of itself. If I had to pluck up my courage and say it. You're my girlfriend and I'm your boyfriend. She smiles
ユ
gently.
ーマ大好き。
Right more! That smile is more potent than any words that could come out of her mouth.
ユーマはどう？
I'm sorry?
私のこと好きでいてくれる？
Yeah, I love you?
ありがと
He shuffles closer to me.
う。でもどうして大好きだけどって微妙に疑問系？
Good question. I can't say that I really know why.
そう？
Sorry, I can't do this any longer. Please just let me off the hook for the rest of the day.
わかった。許してあげる。
I thought that she would move back at this point, but instead she moves even closer to me. What?
キスしてくれたら。ダメ？
Mio, my darling,
何？
I've come to a bit of a realization. I don't think I'll ever be able to say no to you from here on out. We then share a kiss. Really strange. I kind of assumed that I'd grow used to kissing her with each subsequent time. It's the opposite. Each time we lock lips, each time that number goes up, I'm getting more and more flustered.
お弁当食べる？
Yeah, sounds good. It's sad. We begin to eat our on our plastic sheet, not eat our plastic sheet. Eat on our plastic sheet. This scent tastes great. This cooking is just as mind-blowing as I've come to expect. She and I sit together, eating quietly as we gaze off in the distance. Toward the horizon, the boundary line, the point where sea and sky meet. Turn around. Then study the face of my childhood friend sitting next to me.
何？
Nothing. Just want to look at you for a bit.
変なの。
She giggles. Yep, I'm fully aware of that. I smile, feeling a warm, fuzzy feeling in my stomach. Never want to see her lose that smile ever again. With that, I go back. I recall the exact details of the burden this girl was carrying. This girl whom I've seriously fallen in love with. There was a reason her smile had once faded. I'm not quite sure why I saw her pass in a dream and learned of it all through that, though. Still, however, during that summer festival, the day in which I took Mio by the hand as she was crying, the images I saw then, they felt much like a dream, but to know that they were very much real. The influence of words. Love spiritual message. Yeah, I gotta love those.
ねえ、キサラギちゃん。言霊ってあるじゃない？
This feels like I honestly got good placed in the fucking part. I'm gonna do that.
Well, guys, enjoyed this one, and see you next time. Bye bye.